All 100,000 households in the village are uninhabited, and this guy found a large gate tower. This house is really nice. It even has a garage. There's a corner inside. It's really two houses. Look at these words, wealth and peace. This gate tower is quite nice. There's a garage next to the big stone at the entrance with a character blessing. Look at the villages in Suihua, Heilongjiang province. Every house is empty. Look, everyone's gone. They've all left for the city to work. The three northeastern provinces, Liaoning, Jilin, and Heilongjiang, were once China's eldest sons of industry, bearing the glory of heavy industries like steel, coal, and machinery. However, with the CCP's market-oriented reforms and industrial restructuring, traditional heavy industries gradually lost their competitiveness. Many state-owned enterprises went bankrupt, local debt soared, the real estate market slumped, and economic growth lagged behind the national average for a long time. This town is almost a ghost town. This is the main street, the most bustling commercial street. Look, these houses have completely collapsed. It shows there's no one left. The houses are like this. The newly built buildings in front still have some homes. This is around 6 p.m. now. All the shops are closed. This is our village of over 300 households. Before, if you had time to hang on the main street, you'd see all the seniors and kids chatting and laughing. It was so lively. Now, let me tell you, even if you're running around naked all morning, there is no watchers. Nobody's there. Jack Ma's words have come true. Houses in northeast China are dirt cheap. A 65 square meter condo in Jishi, Heilongjiang, can be bought for $1,400 or $22 per square meter. An ordinary person can easily afford a home with 2 months' salary. Why bother with a mortgage? Would you dare take advantage of this deal? Have you noticed a strange phenomenon? Changchun has over 9 million people. Don't they all eat? I just went downstairs to eat at a restaurant and there wasn't a single person there. I thought people were all gone home for dinner, but there aren't many people in the market. Everyone says people order takeout, but the delivery drivers are confused too. They have a lot of orders, but they don't earn much money in a day. Then someone asked, everyone's gone back to their hometowns. However, there aren't many people there either. The shopping malls are so empty you could walk your dog in them. What's even more unbelievable is that this phenomenon is playing out all over the country, from north to south, from Changchun to other cities. House prices in Shenyang have already fallen to the levels of 2015 and 2016, when prices hadn't risen. Some people think the drop isn't enough and even want it to return to 2006 levels. I'm telling you, it's very possible, because the current second-hand housing market isn't about how much you sell it for. The problem is, nobody's buying them. New homes are cheap these days, so who would bother to buy a resale home? So many houses are empty. There are less than 10 households living here. Look at all these buildings, including the row behind. Nobody lives there. The country keeps talking about revitalizing the Northeast, but how can it be revitalized if there's nobody here? Our location today in Shenyang, Mao'e Tiandi in Chengnian Street in Shenhe District, Shenyang. This shopping mall has been open for many years, but it's just something you pass by and have no presence in. Its north side is Kaisa Plaza, and there's an RT Mart supermarket inside. We came in and it seemed deserted. I'm wondering if I've even entered a shopping mall. It doesn't resemble one at all. Empty, completely silent, all the shops are closed. Surprisingly, Yoshinoya and Sue's beef noodles are still open. This is around 11 a.m. on Sunday, and it's like this. Oh no, isn't it over? The price of condos near the stadium has reached $1,000 per square meter. This is Dalian. It's comparable to the prices in 4th or 5th tier cities. The neighborhood is quite nice and the buildings are quite new. The lesson we learned costing $57,000 is that 5 years have passed since we bought the home and we're broke. I got home late again tonight and Mr. Joe left me some food. I just need to heat it up. I accidentally looked into the neighborhood's housing prices today and it made me feel terrible. I'll pack lunch for tomorrow. We cook for ourselves to save money. We bought a small 3-bedroom condo in 2020 for $100,000 with a $70,000 mortgage and a monthly payment of $570. Now, similar condos in the same neighborhood are only selling for $43,000. With interest, we've definitely lost $57,000. I'll cook some porridge for tomorrow so I can sleep in a bit longer. I should have just stayed home. All these years of hard work have been for nothing. It's a lesson learned the hard way.
好，我是小事儿。咱大连曾经
The once prestigious shopping mall in Dalian, Centennial City, has declared bankruptcy. Many people couldn't believe the news. Centennial City opened in 2002. Back then, shopping there was a true symbol of wealth and status. Dalian's first Apple store and first Starbucks were located there. You had to patiently wait in line to get a drink. Many international brands of clothing, jewelry, and watches considered having a store in Centennial Park a mark of their industry standing, especially the impressive 35-meter-high glass curtain wall. This bankruptcy and restructuring is truly regrettable.
大连买房5年，净亏了70万。
A friend told me yesterday, looking distressed, that she had lost $100,000 on the condo she bought in Dalian 5 years ago. She explained that her family had scrimped and saved for years to provide a stable home for their child. After starting work, they worked tirelessly to save, finally managing to save enough for an $85,000 down payment. They bought a small 3-bedroom condo, 100 square meters, for $210,000 and paid the remaining $125,000 in mortgage payments. At that time, both she and her husband were working. Their combined income wasn't high, but they could barely manage the mortgage payments. Life was tough, but they had to hope for the future. But who could have imagined that Dalian's housing prices would plummet in recent years? The blogger said that to make matters worse, her husband was suddenly laid off last month, cutting their income in half. The monthly mortgage payments immediately became a crushing burden for the entire family. Desperate, they decided to sell their condo, only to learn from the real estate agent that it would fetch a maximum of $110,000, nearly half its original purchase price. This home represented their entire savings accumulated over years of hard work, and its significant devaluation left the friend sleepless for several nights. All the blogger could do was comfort the friend, urging her husband to find a new job as soon as possible, and expressing the belief that these difficult times would eventually pass.
今天阳光明媚，但心情复杂。
Today, the sun is shining brightly, but my feelings are complicated. This is my last day at Accenture. The busyness and laughter of the past remain, but now only melancholy remains. My steps are heavy as I walk here. All my friends who fought alongside are now gone. Today is my last day. As an Accenture employee, I'm coming in one last time. Goodbye, my little workstation.
你们买房的现在都后悔了吗？
Are those who bought houses now regretting it? I certainly do. I bought a home in 2020 when prices were at their peak. Now, prices are continuing to fall. It's basically certain that the real estate boom is over, and houses will become increasingly worthless in the future. Those who bought houses at the peak are now just accepting their bad luck, including me. Our birth rate is declining, and the aging population is becoming increasingly serious. But there are more and more houses. Without so many people, who will buy these houses in the future? In the future, housing prices at $200 per square meter might be everywhere. This blogger and her husband used to work at the same company, but unfortunately, they were both laid off. They still had a mortgage to pay and were suddenly in dire straits. Fortunately, her husband quickly found a new job, which gradually stabilized their lives.
我就是突然慌了。
I won't say I am sad, but I suddenly panic. We have to pay the mortgage and car loan every month, and our whole family suddenly lost income. My husband and I weren't in the same team, but we worked at the same company. Seeing his colleagues being laid off one by one, he quietly started looking for work in advance, cooking my favorite dishes for me every day after getting off work. He stayed up late revising his resume and applying for jobs, never complaining to me about his hardships to avoid making me anxious. Before receiving the layoff call, he directly gave up the severance pay and accepted a new offer. Thanks to his foresight, he smoothly transitioned to his new job within half a month.
为什么说10个创业
Why do 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs regret it? There was a large barbecue restaurant in Shenyang, quite big with a decent storefront. Just looking at it, the renovation and rent alone would have cost hundreds of thousands of RMB. The renovation took over a month and was quite luxurious, so it couldn't be bad. But it broke the record for closure, closing down in just 7 days. This owner was incredibly shrewd, you know? Closing early meant stopping the losses early. So that's how business is now. If you're in a real business, whether it's opening a restaurant or anything else, it's true that 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs regret it. The blogger says, are you planning to start a business? I advise you not to even consider it for the next 2 years. Almost all physical businesses are losing money now, and the market is too saturated and the competition is too fierce. Especially with this economic downturn, people are unwilling to spend money even during Singles' Day. It's not that things aren't cheap, but even if they are, nobody buys them.
打工10年，准备回老家种地了，混不下去了。
After working for 10 years, I'm planning to go back to my hometown to farm. I can't make a living anymore. Isn't my hometown in Heilongjiang? I'm currently in Dalian. I've been working in Dalian since I stopped going to school. And so many years have passed in the blink of an eye. Because I don't have a home, a car, or a job in Dalian, I've been unemployed for a year now. So I'm thinking that if things don't work out for a while, I'll go back to my hometown. There's land there, so I can go back and farm. Blogger Jai Jai said that her hometown is in the countryside, where they raise chickens and geese and grow corn and rice, so she really wants to go back to farming. In Dalian, she has to pay rent every month. If she went back to her hometown, she could not only save on this expense, but also grow her own vegetables and raise chickens, ducks, and geese, leading a more comfortable life. However, she always has concerns, worrying that relatives, friends, and neighbors would laugh at her, saying that after all these years of hard work, she has ended up with nothing. This makes her even more hesitant.
兄弟们，该说不说呀。 现在这餐饮真是太卷了。
Brothers, I have to say the restaurant industry is really struggling these days. Look, they're all closed down. This used to be a buffet. Keep going, Sister Chu's Ribs Rice. That's a beverage shop. Why is it all closed? Crazy, hot grilled gluten, bean curd sheets, fried skewers, squid, pig's trotters. Business is tough these days.
房现在不能卖，你听我说，为啥说不能卖？
Dad, what's wrong? We can't sell the home now. Listen to me. Why can't you sell it? We bought the home too early. We bought it for $180,000, but now we can only sell it for $78,000, and we lost $110,000. We can't sell it. Let's just live here. How many years will it take us to earn back that $110,000? Don't say any more. I'm already so upset. $110,000 is no small amount. Now, not only is the down payment gone, but the finishes, furniture, and appliances are all gone too. Okay, stop talking.
兄弟们，我现在在明天广场了啊。
Brothers, I'm at Tomorrow Square now, near the 21st century area. I walked here today and suddenly realized that a barbershop that used to be doing really well has closed down. My employee told me it's been closed for several months. It used to be so popular. I even had a membership card there. The haircuts were great, and at its peak there were always long queues. No other barbershop next door could compete with it, but for some reason it suddenly closed down around July or August and moved away. The blogger says that nowadays, once a storefront is vacant, it's very difficult to rent it out again, with almost no hope in the short term. There is a midnight noodle shop nearby that has been listed for sale since last summer, but it still hasn't been sold by this summer. The owner eventually had no choice but to close down, and the shop has been vacant ever since, for more than half a year now. The blogger says that store vacancy rates are too high now, and it's getting harder and harder to run a physical business.
你能想到吗？大连下一个倒闭的商场是哪？
Can you imagine which shopping mall in Dalian will be next to close down? The New Mart in Luxuan went out of business. The Maikal in Xi'an Road closed down, and the Maikal in our development zone also withdrew. These 3 shopping malls are in different areas of Dalian, and they've been operating in Dalian for 10 or 20 years. I wonder how many people have lost their jobs because of this. Looking at these shops along the street, some are being transferred, some are being sold, and some are closing down. And I feel a sudden pang of sadness. This year has indeed been the most difficult year for physical stores, but what lies ahead may be even more difficult.
曾经沈阳市的标志性的商场
Once a landmark shopping mall in Shenyang, it will officially close on the 15th of next month. Did it do anything wrong? I don't think so. Big brands like Gucci and LV used to be there. How did it go bankrupt? We probably don't know. Maybe it was due to changing times, or maybe new brands moved in.
70多户的小山村。
Dongling Village in Shangze City, Heilongjiang Province. It's 2025 now. Every time we go out, it's the same cement road. After a rain, the entire road surface is basically like this. Even our four-wheeled vehicle is drifting back and forth. The roads in the village are even worse, and there's no public transportation. The youngest person in these 70-odd households is over 50 years old, and many elderly people walk to the city to buy things.
西安路的麦凯乐竟然要闭店了。
The Maikal on Xi'an Road is closing down. That's Xi'an Road in Dalian. Maikal has been open for 20 years, and it always seemed quite crowded. Now it can close down so suddenly. If shopping malls can't survive here, where can large-scale shopping malls be built? What about shopping malls? This closure could mean countless employees and business owners facing unemployment. This year is destined to be another year of struggle. As ordinary people, it's best to save more, overspend less, and plan your finances carefully.
看新闻没？沈阳华人玩家申
Did you see the news? The Shenyang CR Vanguard Shenzhen store closed down. I feel a strange sense of loss. I don't know what's wrong with the economy right now. We survived the most difficult 3 years of the pandemic, and I thought things would get better this year. But the real economy is having a really tough time. All the business owners I met this year are heavily indebted. I hope things will get better next year. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.